Okay, round 2. Pretty good hand. On the play again. Lavamancer. That's not something I'm used to seeing. So, I don't know what this is yet. Well, yeah, especially from a Blackcleave Cliffs. It could be zombies, but that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Okay. Well, not a bad draw. We don't really need another land. This is the same situation we had last game, where I could have had Daybreak and a flipped Huntmaster, or flipped both rather. Yeah, I like the thought of that actually. Well, is blocking. Okay, I guess that makes sense since she has Lavamancer. I mean, I can force him to kill Daybreak here, and then, oh man, that's a good card. I was planning on Inferno Tightening actually, but now I'm going to be short of mana. Well, you know what? There's no way he's letting the Daybreak live the way I see it, so I'm going to keep Elf alive and maybe he'll let that live. Nope, okay. I think I'm going to postpone the Titan. Or no, I can still get it, because I'm going to be getting a Borderline Ranger here. So yeah, we're all good. So I probably could use another forest. It's a human, huh? Well, I have potentially 8 power. A way to deal with the aristocrat. If I were just to get Inferno Titan, I would be very close to dead. So we're not going to do that. If I were to get almost anything else here too, I would just be risking a blowout from like a removal spell. Like if I wanted to get a Huntmaster and flip it, I mean I'm still have to deal with this anyway, and then he could just have Doomblade or something. This play though, nothing can really go wrong. And we're applying a ton of pressure too, so yep, definitely correct. So it's zombies with Grim Lavamancer. It's kind of has some bad synergy between the two. Like you got Gravecrawler, Messenger. I suppose that's not that bad. Just the two of those. Okay, aristocrat. I have a couple lines I can make here. So I want to see what he does exactly first. He's attacking. Okay, well, how can we not win? We definitely win now. Like, okay, what if he has shock? Or I guess he could sack this to himself and then shock something. So he does have a shock, guaranteed. So I attacked with everything. He blocks. He blocks here. I pump this guy up with Wolf Run. He shocks this. He would go to 1. So I can't win the game just by doing that, so I have to figure out something else. What's it called? Metamorph on conscripts should do the trick. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he could also have Tragic Slip, but this plays around that as well. So basically, just zombies. The fact that he had Grim Lavamancer is not going to change anything, really. In this matchup, I found, well, in the version with red, I found Aristocrat to be a huge problem. So I actually bring in another Conscripts, and I leave in the Spider. You know, the Spider... Actually, the Spider's just worse than a third Conscripts. Like, you can Zenith for it, but I'm going to be Zenithing for Geist and Huntmaster pretty much every time that I have a chance to. So I might as well just have another card that's just flat better against Aristocrat. We're going to take out Silver Heart, I think. Corruptor, Daybreak, too slow. Here's where I run into problems. The bonfires are pretty good in the matchup. Like, sometimes they overrun you, but even in those games, bonfire can be good. Zenith gets some of the best cards in the matchup, these two. So cutting that is also not very good. He has a couple cards I would be okay with cloning, but I think I just have to make that cut here. And then I think lastly I cut a 1-drop just because they have so much removal for those. Yeah, okay. A double Conscript's hand is not very good, but this should hold us off for a little while. Yeah, the nice thing about Spider is that it could just be a 2/5, whereas Conscript is just going to be a 3/3 against like these 2/1s and against even against Messenger. I just slow him down as much as I can and walk into that. Okay, looks like we're racing now. Yep, since he missed his land drop, we have all these aggressive cards. Might as well try to race. I think he's actually contemplating killing the Geist here. Okay. Oops. So I could get Borderline Ranger so that I have my 2 blue cards as potential draws, or I could just get Geist. So right now we're dead in 2 attacks, and he is, I think he's dead in 2 also, if except for the Mortar Pod, that will save him. Like, he's going to 8, we'll say. He's going to block conscripts and then shoot. Oh, he's not doing that. Okay. Well, he's still doing virtually the same thing, except I have an extra power or an extra blocker. So let me redo the math here. 3, 6, 7, 8, 11, 13. So if he just does all this, taps out, I think he'll die, depending on what he taps out for. I mean, he probably, now that he lost the Mortar Pod anyway, he might not be able to kill me next turn. So, might be in the clear either way. If he equips this to Gravecrawler, he can shoot down this Geist or this guy. So, surviving but not putting him over the edge. If he just plays a 2-power creature, I will definitely kill him. Okay. So he's gonna survive this turn, but that's about it. I think he might be able to kill me if he has a Brimstone Volley and he draws a land. So he's going to shoot down... If he shoots down my Geist, I'll have a blocker. So no, I don't think that even would work. In this matchup, sometimes this happens where you just are able to go aggro. We have to keep an eye out for that, because like initially you want to be completely defensive, but like certain things happen where you just realize you need to start attacking, and that's your best way of winning the game. And this game was one of those, a perfect example, in fact, where you had 2 creatures I can't really deal with, but they can't block. And he's missing land drops also. Like, if he had a land drop, I don't know if I would be able to race him. Just because he can cast Messenger, which is just very hard to race. It's also just hard to beat. Well, 2-0 now.